Frank Kimmel and Mason Mingus up on the front row. We will start double file here. Normally restarts done single file. This is considered to be the initial start here this afternoon, so we will go double file. Frank Kimmel, Mason Mingus up on the front row. Kyle Benjamin, Tom Hessert in row 2. Austin Wayne Self, Justin Boston in row 3. Mason Mitchell and Brennan Poole in row 4. Milka Duno and Josh Williams rounding out the top 10 as we get ready to go green flag racing here at the Winchester Speedway, the Herr's Chase the Taste 200.
And Frank Kimmel's also trying to get another feat here. Go 1 year, finishing straight in the top 10. 25 top 10s in his last 26 races. Pace car now diving onto pit road. Frank Kimmel leads him to the start. Green flag is waving, and we are underway at Winchester.
Green flag out. Frank Kimmel dives down into turn number 1, but Mason Mingus rolling strong on the outside. Mingus now has to make way for Frank Kimmel as Kimmel darts out into the lead in turns 3 and 4. Kimmel going to come across the stripe with the lead.
Kimmel leads lap 1. Mason Mingus 3-car length back, battles back to the pit stop. And Justin Boston trying to clear Austin Wayne Self.
Field now streaming down the back straightaway. Top 2 now starting to stretch out a 10-car length advantage. Tom Hessert back in third. Hessert has a mirrorful of Kyle Benjamin in turns 1 and 2. As now we see a side-by-side battle between Justin Boston and Brennan Poole down the back straightaway and into turn number 3. Poole holding tough on the inside in turns 3 and 4.
Poole side-by-side now with Justin Boston. He clears the 25 of Justin Boston as they head off to turn 1. Now Austin Wayne Self starting to close on the back end of Justin Boston down the backstretch. Frank Kimmel starting to stretch out that lead out of turn 4. 5, make it 6-car length lead. About 10, 15-car lengths back to Tommy Hessert. And now Kyle Benjamin back to 4th.
Frank Kimmel still on top of the board here. 14 laps into the Herr's Chase the Taste 200. Kimmel has a 7-car length lead on Mason Mingus down the front straightaway as I see a wisp of smoke out of the back of the number 44 car. Maybe some troubles on our leader Frank Kimmel now 15 laps into the Herr's Chase the Taste 200.
Kimmel starting to really stretch out that lead now. Still 7-car lengths over Mason Mingus in second. Another 10-car lengths back to Tommy Hessert in third. I've been really watching the number 11, Charlie, of Kyle Weatherman. He has broken inside the top 10 as he is now up to the 8th position. That young man is moving up early and often.
Frank Kimmel still setting the pace out front over Mason Mingus. They have opened up a 10-car length advantage over Tom Hessert back in third. Kyle Benjamin fourth. We see Brennan Poole getting a little loose through turns 1 and 2. That forced Justin Boston to check up just a little bit, and that will allow Austin Wayne Self to look to the inside of Justin Boston to take over that 6th spot.
Austin Wayne Self, a man on a mission here early, making his second career start. One of the drivers that pulled double duty this weekend had a little bit of problems in that CRA Super Series race. Finished 14th, the young man from Texas, on the move early, up into the 6th position.
Frank Kimmel still on top here over Mason Mingus in that 2nd spot. Kimmel now working some heavy lap traffic through turns 3 and 4. Kimmel way to the outside of James Swanson down the main straightaway. Kimmel dealing with now with the lap car of Roger Carter and Tommy Prater through turns 1 and 2.
As Roger Carter gives the leader, Frank Kimmel, the outside, so does Thomas Prater. Frank Kimmel able to get through the lap cars easily. Let's see if Mason Mingus able to get by. Roger Carter comes right up in front of him in turn 3. As now Mason Mingus is able to get by. Mason Mingus able to get by the 97 of Roger Carter in turn 2.
Frank Kimmel using those lap cars to his advantage. He has opened up now a 20-car length lead over Mason Mingus in that 2nd spot. Mingus, as we have trouble in turns 1 and 2, the 10-car getting turned sideways. Blake Hilliard going to bring out the 2nd caution flag of the afternoon here at the Winchester Speedway. Blake Hilliard getting turned sideways with some 22 laps in the books here. The Herr's Chase the Taste 200.
Just got a little bit loose there down in the bottom, and no contact there with another car, and unfortunately the number 10 of Blake Hilliard, who is fairly close to being from around here, a lot of success at the Salem Speedway, a former pole winner there, goes around early. Luckily, no contact with the wall, so that is great for that young man.
Not very often that you lose the car here at Winchester Speedway and do not make contact. Blake Hilliard, very lucky to get turned sideways over in turns 1 and 2 and be able to drive away afterwards. We do have 23 laps in the books.
Justin Boston on pit road in front of us, Charlie. They have the hood up. He made a quick left-hand turn onto pit road as the Venturini Motorsports crew going to work underneath the hood of the 25 at Justin Boston. 5 straight top 10s coming in here, Charlie. Not sure if he's going to beat the pace car out, as the pace car now starting to come by in the front straightaway. They don't look in a big hurry, as Justin Boston does fall 1 lap down, and he had been gaining success. 5 straight top 10s, 3 top 5s in the last 5 races. Not what the young man was hoping for this afternoon.
Well, if you are going to have problems, it's best to have those problems early in the afternoon. Still plenty of time here in the Herr's Taste the Taste 200 to race your way back onto the lead lap, or at least race your way back up into the top 10, as we also see a couple of additional cars making their way down onto pit road. We see the 23 car also down to the attention of the Gallagher Motorsports team. Josh Williams again driving the number 23 this weekend. Hood up on that machine as well. I have a feeling some of these guys making some major chassis adjustments in the early going here at the Winchester Speedway. Again, weather has really changed the complexion of the racetrack here. What was a very rubbered-in surface yesterday during practice, and well, we're going to qualify, but that didn't happen. But what was a very rubbered-up surface yesterday, not so much here today. Again, all-night rain and all-morning rain here today has really stripped this racetrack of the rubber. And again, just 14 laps of green flag racing here so far. So still waiting to get this racetrack rubbered up, and a lot of these guys making some wholesale changes to these setups.
And these guys have done a great job getting single file. They know that this racetrack is green, so everybody's just trying to get single file and really see what they have before they make that first pit stop here. They got a little bit spread out there, guys just trying to get in a rhythm and really race this racetrack, because that's the biggest thing here at Winchester. If you start racing your competition, this old racetrack will bite you and jump out and get you, as we see Josh Williams off of pit road. He fell 1 lap down, and he's going to come back down pit road. The 25 of Justin Boston still on pit road in front of us here on the front straightaway. He's lost 2 laps already, unfortunately, for that young man who has been riding success, as we talked about. And unfortunately for Josh Williams, this isn't the day in the start that he wanted to, his debut in the number 23, filling in for Spencer Gallagher. And I talked with Josh during the autograph session a little bit ago before the race, and this is the same car that Spencer Gallagher earned a career best finish with at Salem Speedway, where he finished runner-up in June. So we know it's a good piece. It's getting all the pieces in the puzzle here.
Good to see Josh Williams get the call to sub for Spencer Gallagher here this weekend. I know Josh and the family-owned operation have had to cut back their schedule a little bit, and Josh was really starting to come around as a complete race car driver everywhere we went. And to have the funding issues kind of force them into a schedule readjustment, good to see that he's able to come out and even as a substitute, really get a good shot in a well-funded car and really maybe show what he's got behind the wheel here this weekend.
And I was talking with some of the Gallagher Motorsports guys earlier this afternoon when we got to the racetrack, and I said, was there anybody else on your radar? They said, as soon as we knew Spencer wasn't going to be available to drive, we all said Josh Williams, as he has been on everybody's radar, driving for the Rulo brothers, the Gallagher Motorsports, and the Will Kimmel entry last week at Road America. This young man is getting opportunities all over the board and making the most of them every week.